Yo, yo. Hope everyone is well. I'm doing another live stream today for potentially an hour. Loads and loads more stuff to talk about. I don't think I got to cover everything that I did yesterday. So hit the like and subscribe. K-Mac channels. Going live now. Afternoon, everybody. I hope you are well today. Doing another stream. I don't think I covered enough yesterday. I did quite a lot about Trent. Obviously, I lost my shit on Trent. Apologies if anyone was offended by my cursing, but hey ho. I've also got another story that I want to show you about Trent, which is in the Liverpool Echo, about the whole 2-year saga. So it is true. It has been going on for 2 years. So I want to show you that. I've also got loads and loads of other things I want to show you. I also want to show you some videos on Wataru Endo against Chelsea. Jesus Christ, he was unbelievable in that game. So I want to show you some clips on that. I also wanted to go through some of the news. There's been an article about Alexis Mac Allister, Gerald Quansah, Jeremy Frimpong, God, what's his name? Angelo Stiller. There's loads of stuff. Also, a couple of strikers. Alverez has come back up again. Liverpool are going full pelt for Alverez. It looks like Atletico Madrid are looking at striker alternatives now. I actually covered that in a show yesterday. I actually did a dive on Martin Fernandez and Pedro Porro, Tony. So have a look at yesterday's video. I kind of covered him. So I'm thinking about. Okay, sorry. I thought you were talking about an under-18 player called Lexi, who we've got. Sorry, I got really confused. Big up Lee. Also big up AA. If you haven't liked and subscribed, please do. There's a couple of you in here now. So I want to quickly just share my screen about the Alexis Mac Allister piece. I think this is really interesting, and I also think this kind of might put our thoughts to rest about any potential move of Mac Allister, because I know there's a lot of rumours about Real Madrid are looking at Mac Allister. Obviously, Mac Allister's dad talked about Real Madrid. Mac Allister said no. He's completely focused on Liverpool. And this is a little bit of info on it here. So let me just add this to the stage. So Alexis Mac Allister wants to build something great. Liverpool are just getting started. After 30 years of toil, blah, 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 blah. So that's the Liverpool stuff. This is Alexis Mac Allister. Okay, so he told ESPN, I didn't feel that we were going to win the league as easily as we did because we are in a process that is just getting started. For many, it was a big change. The coach, the team know that we can continue to improve, and hopefully this is the beginning of something great. I think I'm in the best moment of my career. I'm happy with this season I had and for being able to show what I can do for this great club. But always said that I depend on a lot on my team. I've found players who helped me a lot in my game. Mac Allister has grown into the team. Mac Allister's world class, but I don't care what anyone says. Like, he is absolutely world class. He's been unbelievable this season. I mean, just look at that for an image. The guy is just always involved. Like, there's so many times that you watch games and you don't see players involved sometimes. Like, it does happen. There are games when players just aren't involved. Mac Allister is involved in everything. Every single game. Like, I've never seen a game where Mac Allister goes missing. Like, he might have a shit game, some games, but he doesn't go missing. Like, he's there. He's receiving the ball. He's maybe doing a bad pass, or he gets caught on the ball, or he fouls someone and he's kind of out the game because he's on a yellow card. But he never shirks away. Like, he's one of those guys that you need to have in your team. You need to have 1, 2, 3 of those players. If you haven't got the type of character of a Mac Allister in your defence, in your midfield, and in your attacking line, then I don't think you're ever going to be able to be at the top of any table or win any competition, because you need one of those characters in those areas of the pitch. You know, we've got Virgil van Dijk. He's one of those characters. We've got Mac Allister. He's one of those characters. And then we've got Mo Salah. He's one of those characters. It's so important. So important. 100%. Like, I don't disagree with that at all. Frimpong rumours are gathering pace. Malcolm, absolutely. I think what's hilarious is I said on the I think it was on Ends. It might have been on Ends' show, or it might have been on Don's show, the Liverpool show, that Arne Slot has been on the phone to Frimpong. Like, he's literally been speaking to Frimpong recently, and everybody laughed at me and said, "Oh, how do you know that he's been speaking to Frimpong?" And I'm like, just Google it. Just look online, and you'll see that there's stuff about Arne Slot speaking to Frimpong personally on the phone. He's a massive fan of him, and there's also loads of stuff that's come out about Frimpong. That Frimpong actually wanted to come to Liverpool, and he trialled for both clubs. And the only reason he didn't come to Liverpool is because of the location. His family didn't drive, so they couldn't drive him to training. And that's the reason why he went to Manchester City, because his family lived in Manchester. So they literally wanted to come to Liverpool, and he's also a Liverpool fan. So I just think it's really interesting that, like, the bits that I've said, everyone's laughed about, and this was months ago, by the way. Like, this is months ago that some of this information's come out about Frimpong. And I just get laughed at, and everyone's like, oh, you're spreading rumours, conspiracy theories, how do you know? And now it's all coming out, and I'm just like, all right, guys, whatever. Like, you know, just look for yourself. Like, if I do say stuff, just go and search. Like, don't just take my word for it. Go and have a look yourself. So when I talk about Virgil van Dijk has spoken to Dean Huijsen on the phone, go and search for it, and you will find that Virgil van Dijk has spoken to Huijsen on the phone, and Arne Slot has spoken to Frimpong recently. Go and have a look at these things. Alexis Mac Allister is heavily involved in the Alverez deal. Alexis Mac Allister has been speaking to Alverez about a move to Liverpool. He's been selling the whole project of coming to Liverpool. That's also happening. You know, I can talk about many other things. I'll do another screen share here. Like, what do you think this means? What do you think this means? Do you think this means Kirkez is a done deal? Because I think Kirkez is a done deal. I think Kirkez has been coming to Liverpool for probably the last 6 months. Like, I genuinely believe that Kirkez is a Liverpool player right now. Like, I don't see any other player in that position that's coming to Liverpool apart from Kirkez. Like, he is heavily involved in any activity online with Liverpool, as in liking all the posts. He's also best friends with Dominic Szoboszlai. He's also mentioned numerous occasions that he wants to up his level and he wants to go to a team that's playing in European competitions, and he wants to play for a top level team. Like, I think Kirkez is a done deal. I think the only stumbling block is probably the 45 million they're trying to get. I can't see them getting 45 million out of us for him. I can't see it. But Dominic Szoboszlai basically having a little pop at the Arsenal, like, because obviously Bournemouth beat Arsenal, and Kirkes giving him the googly eyes. Like, you know how it rolls. Like, you know how it rolls. Anyway, that's kind of how I feel about that. Let me get rid of the Alexis Mac Allister stuff. This is another article which has come out today about Dean Huijsen and Kirkes. Key to Liverpool signing both players. Yeah, both players. I think we are all in. I think we are all in on both of these players. And I also think that both these players are going to leave. The Dean Huijsen one, I think, is a really interesting one because there's a video that he's done, which I don't want to copyright it, but there's a video that he's done, and he basically talks about playing with Virgil van Dijk. He talks about, like, if he could play with Virgil van Dijk, like, it would be amazing. It would up his level so much. And he also talked about one of the most underrated defenders in the Premier League, he said, was Joel Matip, and the best defender in the league ever, he said, was Virgil van Dijk. And then he got asked, who do you think the best striker is in the league? And he said, Mo Salah. Like, he literally went through the entire Liverpool team. And he also said the best midfielder that he's seen in the league this season is Ryan Gravenberch. Like, he literally went through the entire Liverpool team. So I think the Dean Huijsen deal is pretty much in its final stages. So I can see both of those guys linking up. And it's going to be wonderful, by the way, because to have Virgil van Dijk, Ibrahima Konate, and Dean Huijsen as your three centre-backs, I really think you've got a special set of players there. I really do. And Dean Huijsen can play left-hand side and right-hand side. Like, he's both-footed. Like, I just think that's special. I really do. And we have this conversation about, oh, well, you know, Konate's like, he gets injured a lot. Well, that gives Dean Huijsen more game time. And I think the emphasis is for Konate never to get injured, because I think if he gets injured and Huijsen comes in, I don't think he's getting Huijsen back out. So we'll see how that goes. But Virgil van Dijk's going to be 34, and he is going to need to be rotated a bit more. There's going to be probably 10 games next season that Virgil van Dijk doesn't play. So he's not going to go from a player that plays every single game next season. Like, I think his playing time will be reduced. So he'll probably play some of the lesser games. He probably won't play some of the lesser games, and he probably won't play any of the cups. He'll probably play Champions League, but he might only play the big games. Like, if we've got another league format where we can't have another draw like we had. Like, to have another draw like that would just be so unlucky. Like, to have, like, all of the champions of all of the leagues in every single game, like, for the first 10 games, is just ridiculous. Like, we can't get a draw like that again. So if we do get, like, 5 teams that are lesser teams in their leagues, then hopefully that's where Virgil can sit out a few games and Dean Huijsen can play as the left-sided centre-back, because I'd love to see him there. I would love to see him play there, because then he'll have Kirkes next to him, and that could be a wonderful partnership. And then you've also got the fact that, you know, maybe Dominic Szoboszlai might play on the left-hand side of midfield, so he can link with Kirkes, which will be unbelievable. The partnership those two could have. I don't know, but it's exciting times. It really is. And if we're looking at Alverez for the number 9, then you've got links all over the park. Like, you really have. You've got Kirkes, you've got Huijsen, you've got you've got Kirkes, Huijsen, who play with each other. Then you've got Kirkes and Dominic Szoboszlai who played with each other regularly for Hungary for a number of years, all the way through the ranks. And then you've got us linked with Alverez, who who plays football on a regular basis with Mac Allister for Argentina. So you got these links all over the park. I think it's really exciting. And if we do maybe go for a right back, like Jules Koundé would just be incredible. And if we could get Jules Koundé, then you've basically got you got the right back and the centre back for the French team for the next 5-10 years. For the next 5 years. That would be astounding. Like, that would just be such a really good knit team that all know each other and have played with each other before on the park. So the interchangeable systems and that kind of muscle memory of playing with that guy. I know where he's going to run. Like, I know he might cut inside here. Like, I just think that would be fantastic. But I'm just dreaming, maybe. I also wanted to cover this. So there's a couple of things that there's a couple of things here. So one of them was the Frimpong piece. So I'll show you the Frimpong piece here. So there's this one here. So Frimpong keen on Liverpool transfer, but suitability is questioned. So obviously there's a lot of stuff about Frimpong. So David Ornstein was asked about Alexander-Arnold exit and whether Frimpong. So he said Frimpong would be keen on the move should Liverpool pursue him. He's got a £29 million release clause, which we could easily activate. It's the suitability piece. So Ornstein noted to go down that route would require a significant shift alongside the other new faces that are expected to arrive in the summer. And with Frimpong not a specialist right back, there are alternatives in the market. I don't see many alternatives, if I'm completely honest. And then you've also got Stuttgart midfielder Angelo Stiller, according to reports in Germany, who's been likened to Tony Kroos. So, 24-year-old has become a major focus for the Reds. So he's got a £35 million release clause. Sorry, he's got a £35 million release clause that kicks in next year. But we could bid 50 million and we'd probably get him because that's a lot of money. Like, the fact that he's got £35 million release clause that kicks in next year, if we offered more, I think he's sensational, really. He's played 45 games, he's got 4 goals and 9 assists, and these are his numbers. He's quite possibly one of the best progressive passers and passers of the ball in world football right now. And I don't say that lightly. Like, he really is that good, progressively passing the ball through the midfield to the attack. Like, he very rarely doesn't get the ball to the man. His numbers are outstanding. He's got 9 assists, and he's got 4 goals. But he's not about that. Like, he's the guy. He's the guy before the assist. He's the guy before the assist, and he's also really good defensively as well. I think he'd be fantastic. I really do think he'd be fantastic. And I think if you put him on the left-hand side of midfield and you move Mac Allister into the 10, I think you're cooking. You're seriously cooking in games. Like, you're seriously cooking in games. Really rate him. What else did I want to show you? I've already showed you that. I also wanted to show you this, which I thought was really interesting. Mo Salah's only 32. He scored 64 goals in 2 years. Okay, just let that sink in. Mo Salah's scored 64 goals in 2 years, and he's not even finished. He's not even finished. Like this season's not even over. He could get another 2 or 3 goals. That is absolutely bonkers. Like, it just is. Like, Jamie Vardy scored 110 goals in 7 years. That's really good. Like, that is good. But Mo's done 64 in 2. Like, you look at all the other players on that list. Ian Wright was like 36. Alan Shearer was like 37. Frank Lampard was like 35, 36. Like, these guys played high into the 30s. Mo's only 32 and he's got 64 already. I mean, this guy is he's just ridiculous. Like, he's just ridiculous. I also wanted to show you this as well because I think people might have missed this out. Have you seen the tackle that Endo did before Virgil smashed the own goal in off Quansah? I mean, that is an unbelievable challenge. Have a look at this challenge. Look at that challenge. Look at that challenge Endo does. The guy is literally about to score into an open net. The XG for that chance must be like 0.8 something. And Endo goes, nah. Nah, it's not happening, mate. Literally piles him, takes the ball, takes the man, clears it, and then Virgil volleys it off bloody Quansah. Quansah was terrible yesterday, by the way. Quansah is not a good player. I'm sorry. Like say what you want. Say what you want about some of the Liverpool defenders, but Quansah is dreadful. It's absolutely dreadful. So where are we? What are we looking at? Ooh, what are we looking at? So we've done that. We've done that. We've done that. We've done that. Done that. Done that. I think this is the Quansah article. Yep. Okay. So this is another article on. There's another article on Frimpong. So this is from Christian Falk. So there's loads of stuff coming out of Germany now about Frimpong. And I get it. Like I get it that he isn't a specific right back. Like he doesn't do all of the right back stuff that Trent does, and stylistically he might not be the best defender. But it doesn't mean that he can't defend. Like he's just not in the position to defend, is he? Because he's more attacking. But what we do need is a right back that's got pace, and this guy's got pace to burn. So maybe all we need is a guy that's got a bit of pace that can just run up and down that flank and get back a lot. And clearly, he might be able to get back a lot. But if Slot wants him, then I'm all for it. Like, I really am. I'm all for it. Whatever Slot wants, Slot can get. Like, I'm absolutely fine with it all. So this might be this is the Quansah article. Okay, so this is Quansah article. So Newcastle have him down on a short list. So this is from Fabrizio Romano. He's featured regularly for Liverpool. He's made 24 appearances this season. So we would look for 30 million we would look for 30 million for him, for Quansah. I mean, at the end of the day, if we got 30 million for Quansah, I'm taking that. Like, I bite your hand off for it. It didn't cost us a penny. That's 30 million pure profit. Look, the thing about Quansah, would you trust Quansah to be your central defender? Like, would you trust him? Would you trust Quansah and Konate? I'll ask you that question. I don't trust Quansah with Virgil van Dijk right now, if I'm completely honest. He was awful against Chelsea. He was all over the place. Like, there's an element of like, Virgil cleared the ball and it bounced off Quansah. Why was Quansah there? Like, why wasn't Quansah tracking the runner on the line? Why wasn't Quansah doing what Endo was doing? And then Virgil can clear the ball and there isn't a player stood there. Like, Quansah was on the wrong side of the goal. Like, he was on the right-hand side of the goal. Sorry, left-hand side of the goal. He was all over the place. Like, I just don't think he's going to get any better. That's my problem. Like, we need a guy to improve. And I don't see Quansah improving to the levels that make him a first-team player. Like, I mean, it's slim pickings for England under 21s or even England senior defenders in it. It is slim pickings. Like, at this rate, Maguire's going to end up getting a call up again. It was a poor clearance. It was a poor clearance. But Quansah was stood in the wrong position. Like, he should have been the guy that cleared the ball off the line. It's casual. I think he's casual. Like, I agree. I think we can do better. Like, I just think we could do better. I just think if you're going to go and get Dean Huijsen, then you just get rid of Quansah. Like, and the money from Quansah can pay towards Huijsen. Like, I just think Huijsen can play the ball through the lines. Huijsen's also got some crazy stat where he's got more progressive tackles won than any other defender in the league. Like, and also his heading stats aren't true. Like, I think he's 68 percentile of wins his aerial duels, but that's not how they play. Like they don't expect their defenders to win a lot of headers because teams don't play like that against them. Like, you have to look at the system that teams play. Like, a lot of teams play the long ball against Liverpool because we press them really high. So they have to get the ball over, which means that we end up having to defend a lot of long balls and a lot of swingers into the box because there's no other way of them getting into our area. So that's how I feel about that. I mean, there's still a link come from Christian Falk and another couple of German journos. So, I mean, if it's coming out of Germany, then there might be some smoke there. And he is a player that we've looked at. We've definitely looked at this guy. I can guarantee that. He's on our list. He'd be quite high on our list as well, I think. So that's the Quansah piece. So this is the Trent story. So I don't know whether I can actually bring up the echo. Yeah, I'm going to do it. Okay, so this is... Okay, so can you see my screen? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to read it, okay? So privately, there were a few real surprises, reactions at Liverpool when it became clear that Trent would be leaving on a free. This, after all, is the club who snared Kylian Mbappe on a free transfer from Paris Saint-Germain and lured Cristiano Ronaldo from Manchester United. Also convinced Luis Figo. In March 2024, when the prospect of a move to Real Madrid as a free agent started to become a real consideration, where is it? just a few months earlier, 2023, Alexander-Arnold had officially opened a flagship Under Armour store in Liverpool City Centre. 8 months later, details of a £26 million boot deal with Adidas had emerged. Switched to the German giants. He appeared on Google Pixel adverts. He's also a keen Formula One guy. Okay, this is all crap. I don't really need to know about. He was looking to buy a League Two. No, this is bollocks. Hang on. Where is it? I want to be a Liverpool player this season as a minimum, is what I say. So that's what he said. After the 3-0 win at home to Bournemouth. So that was well earlier on in the season when we played Bournemouth. This isn't really good, by the way. I'm sorry. This isn't a great write-up. In October 2023, on the morning of the Merseyside derby, the Echo was made aware of a car accident involving no, I don't really. Okay, negotiations. Okay, Alexander-Arnold's representatives were the first Richard Hughes. Okay, Richard Hughes reached out to when he accepted the job. Okay, so this is what I wanted to talk about. So the first thing Richard Hughes did when he came to the club was he rang Alexander-Arnold and his camp. Okay, that was the first thing he did because he knew about the Trent contract situation. Okay, given the contract issue alongside Mo Salah and Virgil van Dijk was one of the major priorities to resolve. Hughes, who officially started in June last year, having been confirmed as arriving in March, attempted to initiate talks early. Okay, so we're now talking about a whole year ago. Actually, longer than a year, by the way. So March 2023 is when Richard Hughes spoke to Trent about his contract. So any of this stuff about letting it go into a year, the final year, is true. Because Richard Hughes was talking to him over a year ago. Okay? So he hadn't even hit 12 months. So he still had like 14 months left on his contract. So he was still in that period. Where is it? Oh, where's that gone? Shit. Okay. Hang on, can you see my screen? Yeah, you can see my screen. Okay. So, where are we? Yep. So, having been confirmed arriving early March, attempted to initiate the talks early. Negotiations with Alexander-Arnold's camp predated Hughes' arrival. However, and it is understood, the club's owners, Fenway Sports Group, initially tried to smooth the pathway towards a successful resolution before it became the job of Hughes as the first sporting director since Julian Ward left the club in the summer of 2023. It's been a complex situation that had not existed in its own vacuum, and the initial kicking of the tyres by FSG over the potential sale of the club back in 2022. The upheaval with Michael Hughes and Ward in the sporting director roles through the subsequent decision by Jurgen Klopp to step down before the resurrecting of the football operations department last year have all had a knock-on effect on how Liverpool ended up here. It's why Hughes has been credited for securing 2 of the 3 contracts, and discussions with Alexander-Arnold's team continued right through to the early spring, before it was accepted that the club and their ownership, reluctantly, that Real Madrid's charm offensive had won. Okay, so let's just break that down, yeah? When Richard Hughes arrived, before he arrived in June or July, it was either June or July, he'd already spoken to Trent about his contract. Even when he wasn't at the club, like he was still at Bournemouth, but he was trying to smooth things over. But prior to that, FSG had also been speaking to Trent's representatives before Richard Hughes arrived to make sure that there was smooth negotiations on when he came in. So all of this stuff about the club never spoke to him and he was neglected and he was left behind and we didn't care. It's all bollocks. It's all absolute tosh. like we were talking to him for over a year, like for probably a year and a half by the looks of it. And he just battered us off. Like, nah. And we finally gave up. Like, what are you supposed to do? Like, what are you supposed to do? Like, you keep on going to the well to get water, and he's just turned the water off. Like, no, I'm not interested. Not interested. Not interested. It's absolute bollocks. Like if you knew that you were going from the start, you should have just told us. Like, we could have sold you. Like, oh man, it's so annoying. So he's such a rat. Like, he really is a rat now. Like it's gonna come out. It's all the dirty laundry is gonna come out. It really is. Like, we're gonna know so much more about this whole situation. We really are. Okay, so so Liverpool were insistent in March that Real Madrid, as they are obliged to, had not informed them that they'd struck an agreement with the player. But Alexander-Arnold eventually told Slot in face-to-face talks that month, before it was decided, that the news would be made public whenever the Premier League title had been confirmed. The Echo was informed in mid-March that a social media video was in the pipeline to declare the decision to leave on his own terms, and that eventually dropped on Bank Holiday Monday. What a scumbag to drop that on Bank Holiday Monday. All about you. All about you. All about making sure you had loads of airtime. Absolute ass. This is it. I don't even want to talk about what he said. You absolute shitbag. Such a coward. Such a fucking coward. We've been crap for 2 years because of Trent. We do realise that, don't we? We do realise that the last 2 years of Klopp's tenure, we were shit because of Trent. We were shit. We were shit defensively. We were shit on the right-hand side. Like, the whole team was lopsided. We basically ruined a whole year of Mo Salah's career because he was basically playing a linesman and he was trying to cover for Trent's ass. And we're all talking about how Dominic Szoboszlai isn't a great player. Dominic Szoboszlai has been converted into Trent's frigging gopher. Like, that's what he was doing last season. That's what he's been doing this season. Like, Ibrahima Konate has got dodgy hamstrings because of Trent, because of the last 2 years of covering for his ass. Like, the whole team has been lopsided for years because of that little shitbag. For that little snake. Because he wants to play in midfield. Because he wants to be the man who does all the passes. Because he wants to look like the guy who's providing the assist. Go to Real Madrid and rot. Go to Real Madrid and rot. I'll tell you what, though, I'm not watching Real Madrid again. Like I do watch their football quite regularly, but I'm not watching Real Madrid again. Like they've lost a viewer now because I'm not watching them. Like, and if he goes to the Club World Cup, then he can fuck off. Like he can literally fuck off. Honestly, go and rot on the Bernabeu. I really don't care. Go and play with your buddy. Go and play with your buddy, who's also a bit of an obnoxious cunt. Are we all agreeing that maybe getting Jude Bellingham is probably a good idea because he seems like a little egotistical little twat who's 21? Yeah. Well, now he's got his mate who's also got a big ego. So the pair of them can play together because that team is just full of egos. That team is full of guys that never want to defend. Good luck for Real Madrid because whoever they've got in defence is going to have an absolute nightmare. Anyway, I'm not talking about him anymore. So I'm done with that. Okay. Right. All right, what else have I got? What else have I got for you? Some good stuff. Let's ignore that shit bag. Right, what else have I got for you? Okay, so I wanted to talk about I also wanted to talk about Julian Ward. So I thought this was quite interesting. And it's not to do with Trent. It's to do with Arne Slot. Okay, so can you see? You can't see my page because I haven't added it. Okay, so this is quite interesting. Julian Ward offers interesting insight into Liverpool's move, and Julian Ward's Arne Slot offers interesting insight into Liverpool's move and Julian Ward's visit. So while he was still working at Feyenoord, Slot was visited by Julian Ward, then the Liverpool loan manager and later its sporting director, who came to check on how he worked. Look, say what you want about Liverpool, guys, but my God, we do some unbelievable background work. Like, we honestly make sure that whoever's coming to the club, whether manager, whether coach, we do meticulous work on these people to make sure they are perfect for the club. So whoever we sign next year, they're going to be a star. They're going to be a star and they're going to fit in perfectly because it's just how we do things. Okay, that scouting trip, as it were, gave Ward the chance to further his relationship with Slot and also get a look at what he was like behind the scenes. I know now for sure, but Julian Ward was someone that I knew from 4 or 5 years ago because I visited Liverpool once when he did loans, Slot explained to Sky Sports. He called me, I think, a month before Richard Hughes called me and said, I'm going around Europe and I'm interested in how certain clubs work. Can I come and visit your place as well? He was there for 1 or 2 days, and he wasn't there just for that. He wanted to know how I work and to hear from the staff how the cooperation was and how we worked well together. Look, guys, Julian Ward was on this. Like, Julian Ward was in there doing a scouting mission, finding out more about Arne Slot. Because we were interested in Arne Slot. Maybe 6 months to a year. Like, maybe even when Jurgen was still around, we might well have been looking at Arne Slot. He wanted to know how I work and to hear from the staff how the cooperation was and how we work together. Again, an example of what they all do to find the best possible player or manager. Since arriving at Liverpool, Slot has fitted in seamlessly to the role. As well as winning the Premier League title, he has fully integrated himself into life on Merseyside and has the trust of his players. Mohamed Salah and Virgil van Dijk have been impressed with the work that Arne Slot has done. Trent Alexander-Arnold is leaving and insisted that he was convinced on Slot almost from the moment he walked in the door at Anfield. 100% a massive possibility. Whatever. I don't want to talk about what that rat said. It was never about not having confidence in that. It just boiled down to what I felt I needed. Okay, this is more about Trent. I don't want to hear what he's got to say. Oh, okay. No. So I just thought that was really interesting. Sorry about that. That was my dog. I just thought that was really interesting that Julian Ward was over in Feyenoord talking to Slot before we actually went and spoke to Slot about the manager's role. Like, he was already there scouting and looking at him and asking him questions about how he manages his team, which I think is really interesting. That's true, actually. Julian Ward wanted Nkunku over Nunes. The committee actually wanted Isak over Nunes. IBR, by the way. They actually wanted Isak. But hey ho. I mean, they want him now. That's true. Have we got any more stuff to cover? Let me have a quick look. Actually, yeah, I'll cover this. This one here as well. So this one, Liverpool are reportedly preparing a bid, 77 million attacker who has everything. According to Caught Offside, I mean, that's not really a good publication, to be honest. Liverpool are preparing a bid for Benjamin Sesko. So there's rumours that Sesko could actually be available for around 60 million. He might well have like a 58 million pound release clause in his contract, like a gentleman's agreement that he agreed. But I don't know. But we are looking at a couple of Leipzig players. That is true. Like, we always do look at Leipzig players, and the fact that we've got Jurgen Klopp there as the sporting director, like, we've probably got a great relationship in some of those guys. I mean, there's some great players there. Like, Lukaba's a great player. Gertrude is a great player. Zabi Simmons is decent. Then you've obviously got Sesko. There's a number of good players that are in that team. And we've signed some good players from there in the likes of Canate and Dominic Szoboszlai. And obviously you've got other players that have played there. Naby Keita, Mane. So Mane didn't play there. I don't know what I'm talking about. So I don't know. I don't particularly know whether that's a strong rumor or not. So is there any more stuff that I wanted to cover? Probably not. I think I probably covered everything that I wanted to. Just open this article. So there's this one here. But there's loads of links now to Osimhen, so I don't really know whether I need to like show any more articles. Like, there's just so many links to Osimhen now. So football correspondent Graham Bailey can confirm that Liverpool have done work on signing Osimhen from Napoli. Sources close to Osimhen have previously confirmed that he wants to move to England. Osimhen has a release clause of around 60 million. There's also Victor Gyökeres as well. I mean, either or are absolutely sensational for me. They'll do. Like, they're both 26. They both score goals for fun. So So £50 million player now suggests he's not thinking about joining Liverpool right now, despite rumours. So according to AS, Dean Huijsen says he's happy at Bournemouth. Huijsen told Spanish news outlet, "I don't think about it very much. Every day I go to training to play games, and I'm happy. I'm having a good time, and I'm not thinking about that. You are the ones to judge that. I'm focused on Bournemouth." Of course he's going to say that. I mean, he's not going to say he's going to Liverpool, is he? Like, that would just be ridiculous. So Richard Hughes can just simply trigger a £50 million release clause. Like that's something that Richard Hughes knows about because Richard Hughes signed him. So I just think if it happens, it happens. I do see Gittins going to Arsenal, by the way. I do see Byron Gittins just being a typical Arsenal player. Like, I really do. So this is from Ornstein. What's this? Okay, so Ornstein's talked about Frimpong, saying that Frimpong wants to come to Liverpool. I mean, that's interesting that it's come from Ornstein. I think that's really interesting that that's come from Ornstein. So that's Ornstein talking about a couple of players now. So he's talked about Huijsen, he's talked about Frimpong, he's talked about Kirkes. There's a number of players that he's talked about. I mean, that's a good point, actually. Let me quickly bring up the Liverpool squad. Let's just bring up the Liverpool squad. Let's bring up the Liverpool squad. Okay, so right, so let's bring up our team. Right, why can't I see the team? Where is it? Okay, here. Sorry. Right, here we go. So let me just share my screen. 2 seconds. So I'm sharing the Liverpool squad. Okay, so can we see the squad? Right, can we see the squad? Yes, we can. Okay. So okay, so let's show it in this view. Okay, so what we're going to look at a number of players in the squad, and we're going to judge whether whether we want them to stay next season. Okay. So first of all, we're looking at goalkeepers. So Harvey Daves, I think he's probably just going to go out on loan. Like, he's played 11 games in the under 20s league. He's conceded 25 goals in 14 games. I mean, that's really bad, by the way. Like, yeah, he's conceded 25 goals in 14 games, and he's only got 3 clean sheets. Last season, he was out on loan at Crewe. I think it was Crewe. And he conceded 41 goals in 30 games. He played 7 times. And then before that, he's a youth team player. Like, so I just think he'll go out on loan. He's worth 500,000. Like, I just think he'll go out on loan, if I'm completely honest. Then you got Jaros. Jaros has had 2 games he's played 1 game in the Premier League, got a clean sheet. but he played like 11 minutes. Yeah, I mean, like, he's played 2 games this season, conceded 2 goals. Like, he had a great season at Lask. I mean, he only played 18 games. Like, let's be fair, he only played 18 games. He won 2 cups, I think. And then he played in the League 2 before that. I think he'll just go on loan again, if I'm completely honest. I think Jaros will just go on loan. I mean, that's another one that'll just head out the club on loan. Then you've got Queven. He's had 20 games, conceded 20 goals, 9 clean sheets. He's a great goalkeeper, if you ask me. Like, he's had a fair few games for Liverpool. Not a huge amount, to be honest, considering he's 26. Is he 26? Yeah, he's 26. I think he'll get sold. I think his market value is 20 million. I'd be fine with 20 million for him. I don't think we're probably going to get anything more. He's only got a year left on his deal, so I think he'll leave. Then you've got Alisson. He's had 32 games this season, 27 goals conceded, 12 clean sheets. He's been sensational again. I mean, the number of clean sheets he gets is quite astounding. Like, it really is. He's been brilliant. He'll be first choice goalkeeper next season. He's only 32. He's also got a year extension that we can trigger, in case you didn't know. So I think he'll stay. And then obviously you've got Mamardashvili. We can also talk about. Then you've got Quansah. Quansah played 24 games this season. His numbers aren't great. Look at his numbers. He's got 6s. Yeah, not great. Let's have a look at his defending. 24 games. 24 games, 1 clean sheet, 3 yellow cards, errors leading to goal 1, dribble past 4 times, 20 tackles, 15 interceptions. I mean, what's BLS? Block shots 1. He's blocked 1 shot all season. Are you kidding me? Aerial duels 1, 18. Those numbers aren't great, I'm sorry. 1 block shot in 24 games. Nah. He's worth 23 million. Like, I think we could get 30 million for him, you know. I really do. He cost us nothing. I think he's one on the chopping block. I think we'd sell him. I think Quansah could be sold. I really do. Then you've got Conor Bradley. He's 21. He's played in midfield on the right. 26 games, 3 assists. Defending wise, let's have a look at his defensive numbers. 1 clean sheet. What's DRP again? Sorry. Dribble past 23 times. 34 tackles. He's done more tackles than Quansah, who's a centre-back. 10 interceptions. 5 block shots. He's done more block shots than Quansah. He's actually better defensively than Quansah. Like, just let that one sink in. Numbers passing was APS. His passing accuracy is 83%. That's really good. Crossing accuracy is 12%. Accurate long balls 2, LBA long balls accuracy. It's not bad. Accurate passes 632. Yeah, I didn't think he played 26 games. So he played 16 Premier League games. And obviously 5 Champions League games. He was unbelievable in the Champions League. Let's be fair. I think he'll be our first choice right back next season. Conor Bradley. Numbers are better than Quansah's, by the way, which is quite interesting. Joe Gomez, 26, £25 million. Market value, I think we could get 30. 17 games he's played this season, just not enough. Just not enough for me. Defensive wise, 2 clean sheets, 2 yellow cards. Dribble past 7 times, 18 tackles, 13 interceptions. What's ADW? Aerial duels 1, no blocks. Interesting. Yeah, he's not had a great season, Gomez. I think we could do better. I think we can move him on. He's just not fit. So for me, we're looking at 1, 2, 3 players gone. Kostas Tsimikas, 28 games. He's played 2 assists. Defensive wise, 3 clean sheets. What's DRP again? I forgot. Dribble past, 49 tackles, more interceptions, more blocks. Not very good with duels. Team play though, 37 key passes. Big chances created 9. SDR, what's SDR? Successful dribbles 6. So 9 big chances created and 37 key passes is pretty good, if I'm honest. Not played much football though, to be fair. I think he's another one that we could probably move on. You just don't seem to be a player that's ever going to break into the first team. So I don't see the point. He's had a great season, 39 games. Most games he's ever played, by the way. Most games he's ever played. I think that's brilliant. The fact that we've managed to get him on the pitch for 39 games, I think that's fantastic. Defensive wise, 16 clean sheets. It's pretty obvious in it that when he's on the pitch with Virgil, we have clean sheets. These other guys, we can see goals quite regularly when they play. 2 errors leading to goals, though. That's not great reading that. 4 blocks, but 2 errors leading to goal isn't great viewing. Season before was 1. Season before that was 2. So he's got it in him. Most seasons, he's at fault for goals. That just seems to be something that you just got to take on the chin with Quansah. But we need to sort out that contract. And apparently it's not going well. But 2 errors leading to goals every season with Quansah seems to be the regular thing. We do need to get that deal done. 100%. Who else was looking at? Andy Robinson. I'm absolutely fine with Robbo staying another year now. I've kind of just accepted it. Like, if you just look at Robbo's numbers, he plays so many games every single year. Like, the only year he didn't play many games was 23-24 when he broke his shoulder bone, when he broke his collarbone. Defensive wise, 10 clean sheets, 1 error leading to goal. Most seasons he's never at fault for goals, which I find unbelievable. But he does get dribbled past a lot, 31 times. I think he's fine. I think we'd be absolutely fine if we kept him just as backup. He's got a year left on his contract. So far, I'm looking at getting rid of Queven 1, Gerald 2, Gomez 3, Costas 4. We can look on Virgil. Virgil's numbers are just mental. 47 games he's played, 4,200 minutes. Crazy numbers. Defensive-wise, 20 clean sheets. And he has got an error leading to a goal. But 5 goals as well this season, by the way. Like, standard. Scores goals. Absolutely unbelievable. 33 years, he's not 34. Why was I saying he was 34? He's 33. And then finally you've got Snake Boy. Yeah, 4 goals, 7 assists. He had a good season, goals-wise. Assists, though, dropped. Defensively, he's actually not a fault for any goals, which I find incredible. But most games he plays, we don't get clean sheets, if you've noticed. Seems to be a common theme when we play him. But he's gone anyway, so there's no point. So we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 players gone out of that team so far. And then you've got Morton, Mumbai, they'll probably go. I'm absolutely fine with keeping Endo, if I'm completely honest. He's played 30 games this season. Defensively, unfortunately, no clean sheets when he's been in the team. But there's a weird number where we don't concede goals. Error leading to goal 1. I don't know what that was. I don't remember what game that was. It was in the Champions League. I don't remember that game. But I can't believe he only got 1 yellow card. He got 12 last season. But yeah, I'm absolutely fine with having him as just backup. Just bring him on, break glass. Harvey, I think we'll sell Harvey. I just don't see a place for him. He just hasn't played enough. Like, we don't have clean sheets when he plays. He gets dribbled past a lot. Yeah, he's just not involved in the game. Yeah, I could see us selling him, and to be honest, where he plays, which is here on the right hand side, Mo's always there. So, and he's not the type of player that could play there. Ryan Gravenberch had an incredible season, 44 games for us. With the amount of minutes he's played, absolutely sensational. He's been so good defensively as well. 17 clean sheets when he's been on the pitch. No errors leading to goals. All action. 91 tackles, 80 interceptions. 31 aerial duels won. He's been on his own. Probably the best defensive midfielder in the world, if I'm completely honest. I mean, the guy's probably worth 100 million now. Like, he's been absolutely unbelievable, and he's still only 22. Cody's had a great season, established himself now, 17 goals in total. He got 16 last season, though, but he did score a lot of goals in the EFL Cup and the Europa League. This season, 5 in the EFL again, 3 in the Champions League. He is a cup competition player, but he's chipped in with 9 goals, which is great. And he also does a fair bit of defending, by the way. Like, we do have to give him kudos. Like, 34 tackles, 17 interceptions, 25 aerial duels, 16 blocks. He's been really good defensively this season. I think we're absolutely fine with him next season on the left-hand side. Dom. Look at Dom's numbers. 7 goals, 7 assists. Better than last season. Over 3,000 minutes. What we can do is we can have a look at his defending, because I think this gets missed out. Got 12 clean sheets with him on the pitch. 45 tackles, 13 interceptions, 28 blocks. It's all action. He's playing in the number 10 position, and he's also won 25 aerial duels. He's been really, really good defensively, and his passing numbers are 85 percentile. Like, people talk about he's not good enough passing. He really is. He's also got a better cross than most of the players, 30%. Long ball accuracy is really good as well. I just think a lot of stuff gets missed out with Dom of all the other work that he does. And if you see him on the pitch here now, you can see where his heat map is. He's constantly covering for Salah and Trent. Look, he ends up in the right back position a lot, constantly covering for those guys. And he's not in the box enough to score the goals and create the assists. Pretty obvious. You can see it on the heat map. Like, I don't need to lie to you about it. You can see on the heat map that Dom doesn't get in the box enough because he's not doing it. He's doing all of the defensive work on the right hand side. Next up, we're going to have a quick look at Curtis. A lot of people have been really critical of Curtis this season. I'm not sure why. He's played 43 games, most games he's ever played, most minutes he's ever been on the pitch. He's got 3 goals and 6 assists. He's got more assists than he's ever had. Defensively, he's doing what Dom's doing, put on both sides of the pitch. Yeah. 51 tackles, 10 interceptions, 16 blocks. He's heavily involved. He was at fault for a goal. I remember that one. But as you can see, he's not in the box. He's doing the defensive work on the left-hand side, and he's doing the defensive work on the right-hand side. He spends a lot of time in the left-back position. He spends a lot of time in the right-back position. It's what he does. But if you look at his numbers, passing accuracy, 93%. Absolutely bonkers. It's bonkers how good he is on the ball, passing it. Look at his numbers. 93, 92, 90, 90. I don't think there's a better passer who can keep possession of the ball than Curtis in England, who's English. Like, genuinely. Absolute monster. He's still only 23, he's 24 now. He's 24. Like, Curtis is fine next season. Another good season from him. Alexis Mac Allister, he's 26 now. Look at his numbers. It's the longest amount of game time he's ever had in a season at a club. 3,500 minutes, 7 goals, 6 assists. He's on par to match what he did last year. Defensively, he's all action again. 14 clean sheets with him in the team. 70 dribble. He did get dribbled past quite a lot, but 116 tackles and 32 interceptions and 15 blocks. Absolute monster. Absolute monster. And his passing numbers are insane. 87 percentile. Accurate long balls, 30. Been absolutely brilliant this season. Shooting wise, 21 shots on target, 7 goals. I mean, to be fair, he needs to shoot more. That's the only negative we've got. If he shot more, we'd probably score more goals with him. But he's been absolutely brilliant this season. Mo Salah's down as a midfielder, which is wild. But let's have a look at Mo Salah's numbers because these are just insane. Mo Salah spent more time on the pitch. Oh, hang on. He's had one season where he played more games. In 18-19, but he's on par to match that with 4,200 minutes, 49 games played, 33 goals, 23 assists. Premier League, he has been untouchable. Like, numbers are insane. As you can see, defensively, he's not doing the numbers that he did previous seasons. You can see tackles wise. Actually, he is still doing quite a lot of defensive work. I've got to be honest. Like, looking at these numbers, he's still doing quite a lot of defensive work. It's quite interesting. His passing numbers a lot lower. His shooting is actually he's actually had more shots this season, which is good because we criticised him for not having as many shots last season. But what he is having is he's having better shots from better positions. He's missed 28 big chances though this year, which I found interesting. But who cares? He's got 33 goals in 49 games, which is just insane. 102 key passes. Wow. I mean, look at the numbers with 23 assists. Absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal, really. There's no point looking at Chiesa because I think he'll get sold. He's been absolutely garbage. Jota, I think Jota will be sold as well. His numbers just aren't good enough. The time on the pitch is just not good enough either. I don't really need to look at him. Actually, I will look at him team play because he's got 19 key passes. Even his key passes are down, so he's not even providing. And he's missed 17 big chances, which is a lot. It's a lot of big chances he's missed. Darwin Núñez, horrible season, just dreadful. 16 big chances missed. He's not had many shots. He's not really been involved in the game. Defensively, he's not really been involved defensively either. He's just been poor. Like, he'll go. And that'll be good for us that he gets out of the team. And then obviously Luis Diaz. He's divided a lot of the fan base. I'm absolutely fine with him staying. Shooting wise, 35 shots on target, 16 goals. He's been good. 12 big chances missed. Team play, he's provided a lot of key passes as well. And defensively, he's right there. Same as Cody. 46 tackles, 24 blocks. He's been good. Been really good. Been really good this season. And he's been really important in the Premier League by scoring 12 goals and 5 assists. He really has. He stepped up. More than happy to give him a new contract. So let's just have a look at the team then. So we've got a squad here who I think Quansah will go. That's 1. Gerald 2. Gomez 3. Costas 4. Trent's going 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. That's 11 players that I think will go out of a potential 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hang on, sorry. 11 players out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. That's 11 players out of 23. So potentially we'll have 12 players left in the squad. So we'll need to move quite a few on, and we'll need to get quite a few in. You think Morton will leave as well? Yeah, I think so as well. I didn't really register him, if I'm honest there. I'm just going to have a look at the full squad actually, just the list. Yeah, I want to just bring it up here like this. So let me just zoom out. Yeah, so that's the squad in total. And then obviously we've got Mamadashvili, Stefan Butesic, Ben Doak, Jaden Dans, Lewis Kumas, Luke Chambers, all to come back. And then we've also got the likes of Rio to come back in, because I think Rio will be in the team next season. We will also look at Amara Nallo, and also Trey Naoni will probably get more game time next season. But if you just look at that squad, I think there's a potential 11 players to go out of that. So you've got Quansah, Gomez, Costas, Trent, Quansah, Elliott, Morton, Nunes, Chiesa, Jota. That's 10. That's 10 out. That's 10. That's crazy. And I haven't even talked about like these players. So if that's 10 from that team, then what do we feel about whether Doug goes, whether Stefan goes? So if we look at 10 from that team, and then you've got players there, so you've got the likes of Reece Williams, 1, Stephenson, 2, Nat Phillips, 3, Kate Gordon, 4, Owen Beck, 5, Kumas, 6, Doak, 7. That's another 7. So that's 17. That's 17. So that's 17 out of that squad. And then are there any under 18s that might go? I think there's quite a few that will probably get sold, but we probably won't know about those. So we're looking at a potential, like that's where we talk about this big summer. We're looking at a potential 17 players. We're looking at a potential 17 players out the team in total, and we could still. Wataru Endo could go. Jaros could go out on loan. So that's like another 2 more. There's rumours about Luis Diaz. That's another player. Like James McConnell might not even be around. Like Trey Ione might go out on loan. Like Andy Robertson could go as well. Like it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy the amount of turnover that could happen in the summer with this team. It's just unbelievable. But yeah, I mean, we're linked with like a number of players, but not a huge amount. Like not a huge amount of players. Like I can only see maybe 5 or 7 tops coming in, but that's 17 gone. Like just off the numbers that I'm looking at, it's crazy. But hey ho. I mean, Slot's talked about it. Yeah, he is, but Arne Slot really, really rates him. Like Arne Slot wanted him to be integrated into the first team this year. That's how much he's rated by the club. They see him as a real player, like to kick on next year, and they don't want to send him out on loan. They want to integrate him into the first team. If you think about it, it's the same scenario with Lamine Yamal. Like Lamine Yamal is a 17-year-old kid who got integrated into Barcelona's first team when he was 15, 16. How are you going to know that he's good enough if you don't play him? Like how are you going to know that he's not going to make it if you don't play him? So you just don't know. Like he could be integrated in and he could be fine. Like it's a fair point. It's a fair point. But you just don't know, like until he plays. So maybe we give him a pre-season, and maybe he kicks on, and maybe he can be that 5th choice striker. Because I'd rather bring Rio on than Nunes or Chiesa right now, because the pair of them don't do anything, or Jota, the pair of them don't do anything. So if I'm bringing a guy on to go and terrorise the left back who Salah's been terrorising all game and maybe scored a couple of goals against, and you want to give some game time, then you just throw a 16-year-old kid on who's just full of legs and just absolutely mullers him. Like, it's absolutely fine. I get that Yamal's higher level than Rio. I get that. But how are you going to get Rio any higher if he doesn't get game time? And if he plays in the under-21s and the under-18s, that's not going to help his development. So if he can give him game time, then give him game time. I'm not sure Dan's is going to make it at Liverpool, if I'm completely honest. He's injured all the time, and he's injured now. He's injured way too much for my liking. I don't think he's going to make it. Fermin Lopez, 100%. He was the same. Absolutely are. We are one of the hardest teams to get news from, which is the way it should be. Anyway, I'm out of here, guys and girls. You have a great day. Actually, I'm going to redirect you to 2 seconds. I'm going to redirect you to how the hell do you redirect? I forgot. Does anybody know how to redirect? Yep, okay. So I'm going to redirect you to So I'm redirecting you to Donny Sam's show, which has got Tom Little and Coppish. If you can write in there, K-Mac Raid, then that would be amazing. And yeah, just write K-Mac Raid. And I will catch you all later. Big up, and we'll see you next time. I'm out of here.